Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video for Luffy and continuing the series that I've been doing where I'm trying to explore the decks that I'm considering playing for the regional that is coming up this weekend. And this is one of the decks that I'm heavily considering because it is just very powerful. Following the recent results that it's been getting, we actually won one of the regionals or whatever tournament that we were having I think last week. I think it won the tournament, or at least got second place, and it is a really powerful deck for what it's trying to do. And I think the version that they were playing, it was more like a removal heavy kind of deck. I like to play this one, which is more down in the middle, but you can also play like just a removal heavy option with the dance and all of that. This is the version that I probably would play because I think this is just more well-rounded between like everything and against everything, and I feel more confident with this deck than I would like with something like more removal heavy, because I don't know if Luffy, although Luffy does get a lot of like free energy and pressure at the same time by playing the removal cards. It's basically like this is a 3 energy card, so it's not terrible to play it that way. It's not actually a bad idea. It does make a lot of sense, and you can play it like, it's just like the 1-drops don't get much value for Zoro. Like, to be able to attack with a 1-drop, you have to spend a lot of energy. So it doesn't have some good residual value for me. So that's why I don't like it that way. But the advantages of playing this leader is just it has a really good matchup into the red decks. Well, I don't know if all of the red decks, mainly Whitebeard, because you're able to develop your board and at the same time keep applying pressure to the leader. And eventually you're going to be able to drop a 9-drop and then another 9-drop, and this is the best leader that can function with the 9-drop. And that's one of the reasons that you want to play it with. Like you can just transform the leader into an AK attacker for 1 turn, so you're able to pressure the opponent's Whitebeard. You're always able to pressure the Whitebeard leader, and that's what's really good about this leader in general. And that's what like it has going on for him. And the reason it's been doing so well. So these are the reasons why I consider playing this leader. It's just a well-rounded deck that is gonna do very well. I think it has a lot of potential for that reason. Also, it's I'm sorry. The bad thing about this leader, in general, it's more so much on the fact that, again, with like any red leader right now, or especially this leader, Luffy, it does feel the pressure that you do have to see the 9-drop, because your low plays, like your small creatures that you play, like Nami and all these small, like Vista, even Robin, they're not gonna hit for a lot because you do have to spend energy on each attack. So you're either hitting very hard or you're not hitting for like big numbers. And you're not hitting for like a bunch of cards. Like, it's not like Zoro where you can transform like a 3k into a 5k attacker super easily. You do have to spend a lot of energy just trying to make this card being able to attack. So it functions more like better if it's like a more tempo heavy deck, where you're just swinging for big numbers every time, just swinging for 7 on every attack that you can. Just one attack is swinging for 7, another swinging for 7. I think it's just the best way to play the leader. It makes the most sense, and that's what it is. It generates that value by attacking for big numbers, and the format seems to be a little bit like lower on the blocker side, because like, and the small blocker size, because of Whitebeard being a deck, being a card that just removes the small blockers. So people are cutting down on those type of cards. So you're able to hit like very hard early on, consistently, and that's, I think, is the strength that he's got going on for him. And you also have like a good removal for the small blockers too. So that's another reason why it's working very well for the format right now. And I'm heavily considering this one. I do like this one a lot, and it's definitely one of the contenders that I will pick. What I will maybe pick for like the deck that I want to play for the 9-round tournament. I think it's just why would I choose this maybe over something like Whitebeard? It's because like the fact that you don't have to take a life in 9 rounds, you're not guaranteed to see your 9-drop every game, right? If you're playing the same, like basically like the same list, as like close to the same list, like, right? So because you're not guaranteed to see the 9-drop, then you're gonna have to take all that life, and you're gonna start to have to defend that life. And the games where you don't see your 9-drop, which is your whole deck, right? Basically, then you're gonna be much weaker, and then this leader, at least, if you don't see your 9-drop, then okay, I have a buffer life where I can give myself maybe enough time to where I can eventually draw a 9-drop, hopefully, or I can just play enough cards or do enough removal, or I can maneuver my way into a win if I don't see my 9-drop, which is the main reason, right, to play this leader basically, and that's what I think. That's what I like what this leader has going on for him. But yeah, I do have some game to show up today. I just didn't want to have like a discussion without like a gameplay. I just wanted to throw a gameplay into the video as well. So let's go and see it. Okay, and we're gonna play against Kiemon here. This matchup is not that amazing. We did choose to go second because we don't want to face the curve where they play Okiku into Yamato. That's too much for us to handle. Sometimes, so I did want to have myself a little, like if they play Yamato or whatever here, at least it's not like that like insane of a curve, right? They can search with the Momo, which is what they do, and they get the Okiku, so they have their turn 2 play. Probably they didn't have it, but at least this way they do get to do it. And they get to play the Okiku, so they are working with however they should be playing it. I don't have a jet pistol here, so I do have to attack with the Nami, because if not, she's just gonna get no value at all. I attack for 6 because I do have to keep pushing the tempo here, and I'll attack for 7 because I mean that's what I can do. And the nice thing about Zoro here is that I can defend it if he doesn't go for like big numbers. If he doesn't decide to actually try to remove it, then I just defend it, and that's very good for me here. 5, then yeah, I just definitely just defend this one, and because I have nothing else going on for me. Like I'm not gonna play I mean, I could play the Luffy, but that's just such a low impact play that I'm not sure that's correct. And he attacks for 6, so that's easy to defend. So he didn't commit at all to save this one. So, and I drew the Luffy, which was the perfect draw here for me. I'll attack for 6 because I know I'm trying to play around the pawn Gibson. See if he wants to do that. He does. Okay, so then I attack for 5 here. Definitely just trying to get more cards out of my opponent's hand. Whittle down their resources a little bit, and then I'll definitely just attack with the with the Luffy, and then just ask for either 2 more cards or just let it die. He does just let it die. If he had the 2 cards, maybe it was worth it to just combo out of that one, but he didn't. And attacking for 5 again, and I definitely gonna combo to that one because I know he's at 7 energy, so he definitely just most likely wants to play the Odin. And I do have to keep my board so I can keep pressuring the opponent. However, we did draw a very important card here, because this card, Otama Jet Pistol, was gonna be able to allow us to kill the Odin, and I attack with my 3-drop first because they can get Iso out of deck, and then just nullify one of my attacks. And that's not very good for me. I don't know what they think that I have, but I definitely just want to... or maybe they think I have a white beer, I don't know. But since I do have the Otama Jet Pistol, then it's just very good for me here. And then I'm just, again, waiting on that, because then I can just attack with the Nami. And... that's just good enough. And then if he blocks out of this one, then I'll attack for 7 into the Okiku. And if he doesn't block into that one, then I just attack 6 into the leader, because I do want to force him to play around my Radical Beam, which if I keep 1 energy up, he does know that I have the Radical Beam, but he still has to play around there, right? He has to attack for like bigger numbers, and that's what I'm trying to force out of my opponent. Like trying to tax his energy a little bit, so he's not able to just like kill my guy and develop something else at the same time for free. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And again, I have to keep pushing the tempo here. I have to keep as many cards in my board as possible, because if I just let them die, I have no pressure and I have no cards in my hand. So I have to like force this. Like, I have to force my opponent to remove my cards, like expend their energy. Instead of playing like an Odin here, they have to remove my Luffy, or I'm just gonna try to just go for game the following turn. However, he does have the best possible answers here, as he played Drake. But I drew the Nami, and the Nami kind of bailed me out here, as I was able to just KO the Drake, and being able to pressure here the Okiku is gonna give me the tempo back again into this game. I could attack 5 and then attack 7, but if I'm gonna attack 7 into the Okiku, might as well do it first, and then force the opponent to just combo out of the life. Maybe they don't have enough. And here I could keep up the Radical Beam, but there is no reason to do so, because I'm not going to defend the Nami with just one Radical Beam. And I think he does have to destroy my Namis. He doesn't have any other like sort of pressure in the board, so he has to remove the ones that I have pressuring him. And yeah, so then that's why I'm just going to, I'm just going to attack with the leader for 6. It's going to generate more value for me. And then he has a Bonnie. That's a good draw here in this spot. He reveals a Captain Kid. That is 8 mana. It could be a good play here. Just play it. But I could go for game if he doesn't have enough counter. It's kind of risky for me to go for game. So it is actually kind of like a safe play to do. Just play the A-drop. But he doesn't. And I have the perfect card here. He does have the Pong Gibson, so he's probably trying to tap my board. That's probably why he did it. He's just trying to tap my board. But I think the A-drop could have been like a much better play. Because, yeah, he Pong Gibson's this. I have no board, but I have the Whitebeard now. So, I mean, I guess he wasn't counting with that. But he was just trying to get rid of my small blockers. But now I have enough to just be able to annoy my opponent here. Now he has to play the A-drop, but there is not amount of defense that he can do for the A-drop. At least he could not attack, but then he might be dead to like a rusher. And that, like, I have shown enough rushers in my deck for him to be scared of that, like being a possibility, right? And I got a Nami, so I could have definitely just like get a rusher and just try to go for game. But since he played the blocker, and this is an easy kill for the A-drop. And from here, I like, it should be my game to lose. Like, there's no way that I just let myself just win here. I could have just used the Nami first. I don't know why I did it this way, but I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I still had excess energy, so it didn't end up like hurting me at all. He cannot attack with the 3-drop because, I mean, right now he probably has to like remove my my Whitebeard. I cannot defend it, but that's fine because I just need like enough bodies to just take the last 2 life. And if he attacks with the 3-drop, he's just gonna lose it, and he's still gonna be in the same spot. So a blocker is good here for him. However, I don't know why I put the energy. I was thinking maybe that I was playing against like a Jet Pistol deck. I was like, yeah, let's put first the energy. But it doesn't really matter. Here, he either has to block or just take it, which is fine. I'm just trying to force the cards out of my opponent. I want to attack first before I develop my Luffy, because I don't want him to just like Pong Gibson the Luffy for next like on that same turn, and he is able to attack it. But I have enough attackers here where he has to present some answers here, or he won't be able to win. Answers and blockers, like he needs a lot of things here, and I'm still at 4 lives, so he's extremely difficult for him to be able to win this game. I think he did mess up a little bit on on the 8-drop necessarily. Like, if he would have played it one turn before, he probably should be fine. Yeah, he was probably going to be fine if he played the 8-drop. Here he plays a law, but, I mean, a law, and he's representing a Punk Gibson. But I can play around the Punk Gibson easily enough. I just attack for 7. And he either has to... I know he has 1K, so he's either using the Punk Gibson right now, or he's combo out of that one. Okay, so he combos out of that one. And then I didn't need to go for game. I probably had game right there, like even through a Punk Gibson. But I didn't... I don't need to represent game. I mean, my opponent is losing this game anyway. So he has to show me blockers right now, or lose. He has 1 card in hand, so, I mean, I can just play it safe and just do what I need to do to win the game. Here, the Jet Pistol is good enough. He's probably going to be able to remove whatever he plays. And, yeah, he plays the blocker. It's the best possible draw he could have, but, like, the Jet Pistol just gets me out of that one.